She's on the ground. So there's...
Who is it?
My mom!
This is 19-year-old Sydney Powell, who claimed she had just walked into a horrific scene, every child's worst nightmare. On March 2020, officers from Summit County, Ohio, made initial contact with Sydney, who was completely covered in blood.
Who is it?
My mom! There's someone broke in the back window.
All right, hold on.
And she's on the ground. And there's
Hold on. Where's your mom?
No, there's so much blood. No, please!
Man!
She's around the corner now! No!
Stop! Hold on, we gotta figure out what's going on.
Take her outside.
Come on. Come on.
Is she gonna be okay?
Come on.
I don't...
Come on. You just need to cooperate with me, all right?
I want my dad.
Huh?
I want my dad.
What happened? What's going on? What's going on?
We heard a bang. We heard a bang. And she told me to get out. And then I heard screaming. So I came back and she was on the ground.
Okay, you heard a
I ran
bang.
out back. There was a bang. Someone broken.
What is your name?
Sydney.
Are you cut?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're cut
I
somewhere.
don't think so.
Yeah, your hand.
No, I was helping her. I grabbed her.
All right, stop. I tell you what, can you sit on the ground here real quick? Come
You
on.
said the ground.
Yeah, you're fine right there.
No.
You're fine right there. The minor, they might have a more, I don't know, check that victim in there.
Sydney told police that there had been a home invasion, but it wasn't long before they began to suspect something far darker. Returning inside, police discovered Sydney's mother, 50-year-old Brenda Powell, viciously beaten and stabbed multiple times.
Like she's gonna be a 22 with a slash to her throat.
Double check the basement. Akron Police, anybody down here? Anybody down here? Make yourself known right now if you are. Akron Police!
As other officers cleared the house, they uncovered more horrifying sights. The scene upstairs was so catastrophic that blood had seeped through the floorboards and was actively dripping down the basement walls. Yet, there was absolutely no evidence of the intruder Sydney claimed was responsible. Investigators struggled to comprehend why anyone would want to harm Brenda, let alone inflict such a savage assault. In fact, the dynamic of the scene pointed strictly to a crime of revenge rather than a burglary. But that was a riddle for later, because despite the horrific blood loss, Brenda still had a pulse, and officers were frantically administering life-saving measures. Outside, backup units scrambled to secure the perimeter.
I'll start getting back here. I threw a roll up. What's that? Just tape off everything. I got the roll right there up on the front. I went and cleared the basement, you know, and there's somebody lives down there, so I don't know if there's somebody younger that's not here, look like a male. So you know. It looks like it, but I was just telling him, I was in the basement clearing it, and it looks like there's a guy living down there that's not here right now, unless it's this guy, but I doubt it.
Sydney's father, Stephen, arrived at the scene and panicked upon seeing the heavy police presence, the blood, and hearing the news of a shattered back window.
I don't know. We just got
dad. I'm the dad.
Okay,
Sydney.
what's...
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Daddy!
What? What the hell? Where's my wife?
The window's broken, Dad!
Where?
The back window!
But as the investigation unfolded, detectives would soon realize that the killer had been standing right before their eyes the entire time. Desperate to protect a dark secret, the perpetrator was willing to do whatever it took to keep it hidden, ultimately leading to a catastrophic and blood-chilling outcome.
So you're gonna have the boxes inside there? So
I don't know. She was there
go
with
check
so
the
much
lady in the
blood.
house, okay? She's got minor cuts.
Stay back. Stay back.
Hello, Sydney? Can you hear me? Sydney?
Can you sit down?
Take her outside. Got you.
Come on. Come on.
Is she gonna be okay?
All right. I'll grab my gloves.
She's got a ball. Okay. She's in P. She might be in PEA.
Paramedics quickly realized the staggering severity of the injuries Brenda had sustained. She was hanging on to life by a thread in an absolute critical and gravest state of medical emergency.
She got some fucked up. She got stab wounds all over her face.
I saw those.
I would say blunt force trauma to the top left side of her head. Both her eyes. Right, into her face.
Yeah, I saw the slices to her.
Only time would tell if Brenda could survive those horrific injuries. But back at the scene, police were scrambling to piece together what had happened while speaking with Stephen. First, however, he needed to notify the rest of the family about the dire situation and placed an urgent call to Brenda's mother.
Place. Is she let me ask you, is she having a problem with a guy in school or no?
No, not that.
Okay.
Hey there, can you come up here? They're taking Brenda to General Hospital. I don't know. I'm in the back of a cop car. There's probably 10 cops. Supposedly it looks like a break-in, but I don't know what the fuck's going on. But they're taking her to Akron General. I don't know what to do with Andrew. He can't come back to this. There's blood everywhere in there, Dave.
No, he won't be able to come back here. I mean, maybe you can go to our house. Probably should. Why don't you?
What the hell's going on?
All I can tell you is I know that they're both injured.
How bad is it?
I didn't see Brenda. I don't know.
Well, they were in there a while.
I know.
There was no rush.
I know that they want to get her to the hospital as quick as possible. So.
Although Sydney showed no obvious signs of physical trauma, her father raised a question that suggested his suspicions leaned in the exact opposite direction. While a father harboring such doubts seems shocking, what Sydney mentioned next led police to believe Stephen might be onto something. But what could drive a child to ruthlessly attack her own mother? Police were now left wondering if Sydney herself was the mastermind behind this savage assault, especially after learning what else was hidden in her closet.
They thinking she did this.
I don't know what happened. Come on. I wish I did. I pulled up too.
Well, that from alone. Yeah. Anyway, they were on the phone with the older of these two. This is a mom and daughter, apparently. Said in the middle of their conversation, they just heard a terrible fight, and then the line went dead.
Police would soon learn more about this phone call, raising even more questions. However, finding the answers was about to become a whole lot harder.
Does she have any mental?
No. She was having a little trouble at school at Mount Union, and she came back home to try and work things out. Just today is when I found it. I think she has been going to class for the last couple of weeks.
So she just came home today?
Yeah, today. It's like 11.
Sydney.
Oh, what is going on with
Sydney. What's going on? Sir, who called you?
Chief.
Oh, chief, okay.
Because Mount Union called the chief. Said there's somebody in distress. Can I cover them?
Yeah, they should be coming. I mean, well, they're coming.
That's them right there. Superficial cuts to the hand.
Yeah. Sydney, can you tell me what happened? Huh? Sydney. Sydney.
Sydney was now completely unresponsive to any questions, and with uncertainty looming over whether she had sustained internal injuries, police called for a second ambulance to transport her to the hospital.
What do we need in there? What's going on?
I don't know if we need any.
He wasn't. Okay. All right. Actually, I get strapped now. It's not acting right?
No, she's not acting right.
All right. What was she involved with? What is this?
Well, we don't know.
Come here. Riding with her?
We're good. Go with that.
Hey, somebody needs a ride with her. Somebody needs a ride with her.
At the hospital, Sydney was treated for cuts on her hands and other minor injuries. However, she offered no explanation as to how she was hurt or what had happened to her mother, forcing police to develop a theory they needed to discuss with Stephen. Little did he know, this upcoming conversation would shatter his family forever. While Sydney was being treated and remained tight-lipped, investigators shifted their focus to extract information from Stephen.
This is the consent to search here.
He said there was a call, went out, a distress call from the University of Mount Union where my daughter was going, and it said, female in distress. I said, well, that's funny because Brenda's there, my wife. So I said, well, let me call. So I called Brenda, and it rings on her cell phone. No answer. I call Sydney back. Rings, no answer. I call Brenda back, ring, no answer. I'm pacing around. I call Chief back, and as I'm on the phone with him, telling him there's no answer, my doctor calls me back and said, oh, Mom's on the phone with Mount Union. He said, well, cops are on the way. And she went, there's been a break-in, and she just started going off. She said, well, there's been somebody broke into the house. There's blood everywhere.
Said this. Your wife was on the phone with Mount Union?
Yes. And as soon as I said, cops are on the way, the hysteria started. Well, I'm kind of looking, I'm like, well, you're not where you're supposed to be. This is kind of weird. So I called her on it, and I said, Mount, because I went on, so then I tried to go on the Mount Union website, and I figured, I'll just see if there's anything on that. Parents only have so much,
Right.
I'm willing to pay the bill and everything, but if you want to find anything about it, you're out of luck.
Right.
So, but I figured I'm going to try. So I sign on. It says your password or your login or password ID doesn't work. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I recovered my password and I put in the right answer and it didn't work. And I did that a few times and I texted her back and said, something's not working. What's wrong? She comes up with something that says the website's down, basically, and but I'm working on it. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until maybe it was today, I tried to get back. Oh, Mount Union calls me today because I sent them an email that says my user ID is this, my ID is this, my password's not working, my recovery answer won't work, and I know where I was born, I know my car, and it does when you type in your recovery email, the system just it didn't recognize it. So I sent Mount Union Billing an email and says basically, what's wrong? So she called me back today and says, well, the reason you can't get on, long story short, is your daughter's unenrolled. So I'm like, what's going on? So I text Sydney, I'm like, give me a call. I have a question to ask you. I call her, no answer. I say, give me a call, I have a question to ask you. and I look on that little Life 360 app, and her car was at home. Like, wow, that's kind of weird. So I leave my phone at home.
When Stephen spoke with Sydney, she admitted she had been suspended from Mount Union University, but no one realized that this very secret had already pushed their family over the edge into a catastrophic tragedy.
And I go home, and there she is. She's at home. Perfectly normal. I mean, she's crying because I said, what's going on? Are you not going to school? She goes, I'm overwhelmed in school, and I don't really like what I'm doing, and it seems like it's a waste of my time and your money. I said, well, but that's all part of it. Nobody's going to tell you you need to do what you're doing when you're 20. You need to figure it out. But you have to work through the problem. You can't just ignore the problem and have it go away. It's not.
I'm sorry, when did you have that conversation?
Today, like 11:30.
However, when police sat down to speak with one of Sydney's friends, she spun a completely different narrative.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
If you sure you don't want anything to drink, or?
I'm good, I brought it.
Hi, this is my partner. This is Detective Bertina.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you? Thank
Looks
you.
like I've seen you before, though.
Maybe.
You ever come here to see your dad?
I did when he retired.
Okay.
I haven't been here often.
So, Laura, first of all, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
We know that this whole thing's difficult for you, and you're trying to make sense of it, and so are we. We're just talking to you about what you know, not about what you've heard or anything.
Okay.
Just trying to find out as much as we can, so we can, kind of make sense of this ourselves.
We were trying to ask her questions like that, and she's like, no, I have books and I have stuff for my classes, but I do homework all the time, and I don't think I saw her doing a lot of homework the last couple of weeks.
And how did?
So I guess the dorm people do that?
Yeah, so the RAs do that.
Okay.
So we were like, oh, what happened? Maybe you should go ask the RA, because people were asking why is her name on the door. I'm like, I don't know. So she was kind of hesitant to ask the RA, so that's when we were kind of just like, what's going on? My sweet mate Alyssa and I were asking oh, what's going on? And Sydney's just said that when she signed out the forms wrong, so she was meeting with residents a lot in the last couple weeks to kind of figure out to get her stuff back, because then when her name wasn't on the door, her dorm key, the thing to get into the dorm building, it stopped working, and so, but then it started working again, because she went over to Res Life and they turned it back on. So I don't know what happened really, but that's all she said. Her mom and her were best friends, probably they did everything together. One of the reasons she went home was to be with her mom.
You tried talking to her parents at all, or that they were going to have, that they were involved in her future plans at all?
Yeah, I know she definitely, especially when she left, she talked to her mom about leaving, and they kind of made that decision together to leave Mount. Thursday morning, we woke up and she was talking, she's like, I need to tell you something. My family and I decided that it'd be better to take the rest of the semester off, and I have to leave today. And then she packed up all of her stuff and kind of told all of her friends, and then she left.
Everything Lauren said made it clear that Sydney had been in trouble at school long before her parents ever found out. But Lauren wasn't done yet. Another piece of information gathered by police revealed that this was just the tip of the iceberg regarding Sydney's secrets. Meanwhile, Stephen began describing the final moments leading up to the attack.
12:51, a call from Jeep. Then at 12:52, I called Brenda. 12:53, I called Sydney. 12:53, I called Brenda. 12:54, I called Jeep and said there's no answer.
How are you?
Okay.
This is Miranda.
Okay. So then that was it. Then after that, then I left once I talked to Sydney, and I hightailed it home. That's fine. That's fine. That's.
So she, how long has she been acting funny?
Just been a couple weeks. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't remember when she came home that first time, kind of out of the blue, but that was, always been, shy and, reserved, and that was always the problem is, she never says anything. So, well, Brenda said she didn't realize she was having her period until tampons were missing. Excuse my language. So that's just the kind of person that she was. It was all, internalized, and that's why I told her now. I said, look, nobody can help you if you don't tell what the problem is.
Did she say anything else about the break-in or anything like that?
Just hysterics. Said there was a break-in and there's blood everywhere, and like, where's your mother? And she's just nothing.
As Lauren shared more about Sydney's escalating problems at Mount Union University, it finally became clear that Sydney had kept the true extent of her struggles hidden from her parents until it was simply too late.
Like, look, this is, I'm really having problems, and this is, I have to, I mean, look, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Tell us when you think that it really started affecting her, like, often.
Like her anxiety? Well, I know she's had anxiety for a while, but I think it was this last semester, like starting coming back in January, is when it really started. Like, she was kind of more like upset because she really didn't know what she wanted to do, and she didn't like her class. Like, I think her most interest, was psychology, like learning about that stuff, but other than just like hanging out with her friends, like educational wise, it was kind of hard for her, I think. In January is when it really started. Like, she was kind of more like upset because she really didn't know what she wanted to do, and she didn't like her classes, because that's what I could tell she was getting more upset, like more sad, and I told her, I was like, I'm here, like, you can tell me, I'm here for you, if you need anything, I'm here. But she never really opened up until she was leaving and saying that she was struggling with school, and that she was kind of trying to figure out what was going on, and that's when I started to try to help her. And then she ultimately decided to leave, which I thought would maybe be good for her, just to get her mind off the rest of the semester and then come back or go to Akron or something the same time.
And what was Sydney taking?
Well, she started off in exercise science freshman year, her first semester, but then she didn't like the classes, so she switched over to psychology and sociology, but then she didn't really like that, so this year she switched to education, and then she didn't like that either, and that's one of the reasons she left, is because she really couldn't find what she liked. So if she's stressed about something, she kind of gets a little worked up over it. She went through a period in high school.
But despite everything she told the police, Lauren said she never could have anticipated what Sydney would do.
Like I said, Sydney and her mom were so close, and I kind of just was like, what do you mean? I think I was shocked and confused for a lot of it. And then I kind of, when I was on vacation, kind of figured that this happened, that something happened with her mom and her, and I don't know what. But I'm alone. I can't really help other than tell you guys what I know, I guess. I knew I can't do anything other than just be there for Sydney.
It shocked you?
Yeah, it shocked me. I kind of was just I was just like, no, kind of like, maybe didn't believe it at first. I was like, no, Sydney and her mom, like, maybe something else happened, somebody else was there, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Finally, the moment arrived for police to deliver the devastating outcome of the brutal assault.
Passed away.
What happened?
We're not sure. It looks like, I don't think someone broke into the house. The window was broken, but there's no forced entry into the house. The window's broken, but nobody actually came through that window. And it's
time?
On the it's 3 hours.
Yes, 3 hours.
I don't want to go home. I want to go.
No, that's understandable. We have a Bureau of Criminal Investigations coming in to do process the same times.
Can I go to the hospital?
Which
city? Am I allowed to go?
Try to.
I don't know.
Who do you want to go see? Your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. They're probably not going to let you see her. I don't know what their protocol is at the hospital. I can always call and see.
Or see my mom is there, or my her mom.
Yeah. I mean, you go wherever you want to go. We don't have you. You're not in custody. You can go where you want, do what you want. I probably would not go to see your daughter.
What's going on there?
Well, she has a few minor cuts on her and stuff, but she's at.
I lost 2. She's going to jail forever. Wife's dead.
We got her from school because
Mom's dead.
No.
I don't know. Mommy, I don't know what happened yet. Sydney's hurt. I don't know what happened here. It's just you. Sydney's dead. I know Sydney's not dead. Oh my God, thank you. I don't know what's going on yet. I don't know what to do. What are you? Huh? What are you going to do? I don't know. I have no idea, buddy. We're going to survive. When are we going to go? I don't know. As soon as we can. They're going to see where she is.
Tragically, Brenda succumbed to her catastrophic injuries, in addition to the blunt force trauma inflicted by the cast iron skillet recovered nearby. She had been stabbed 30 times in the face and neck. But there was one person noticeably absent from all these interrogations. That was Sydney.
You want Dart?
Through corroborating statements from the suspect's father and associates, investigators established that Sydney flew into a homicidal rage once Brenda uncovered her expulsion from Mount Union University. Driven by a desperate need to preserve her deception, she launched the fatal assault. Post-arrest evaluations led to a diagnosis of schizophrenia, with clinical psychologists reporting that Sydney possessed only fragmented memories of the incident, alleging a dissociative state during the commission of the crime. Nevertheless, in September 2023, a jury rejected the insanity defense, convicting Sydney Powell of murder, felonious assault, and tampering with evidence. She received a sentence of life imprisonment with parole eligibility after serving 15 years